Okay, so we are on page 85 in your journal. So multiplication and division equations, okay, change this to equations. Yes, they are equalities, but we're going to call them equations. So multiplication and division equations are going to be very similar in process of the addition and subtraction equations. So we're still going to use the opposite operation to solve it. So what you do on one side, you do on the other to keep it balanced because of the equal sign. So if the same number is multiplied to both sides of an equation, then both sides will remain equal. Division, if the sides of an equation are divided by the same number, both sides will remain equal. So basically, what you do to one side, you do to the other side to keep it equal. So we're going to solve each equation. We're going to start with this. This is a 2 or 3 step problem that you will do in 7th or 8th grade. So what I'm going to do is we're going to mark that out and we're going to write more of a 1-step 6th grade equation. So 4 times something equals 20. And I understand that you know that y equals 5, okay? But that's not what we're practicing. We're practicing the algebraic process or the method in solving equations so that when you get into harder ones later on in 7th and 8th grade, you already know the process. So I want your work to look like this work on your homework. So just like yesterday, we're going to draw our line to separate this side of the equal sign from this side, and we're going to solve for y. So we want y all by itself. So we want to get rid of this times 4. So the opposite of times 4 is divided by 4. So we show it just like this. So what I do to one side, I do to the other side. So yesterday, since adding 0 didn't change a number, multiplying by 1 does not change a number. So when you cancel today, you're going to get a 1 instead of a 0 because 1 times y is still just y. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. So if you want to check yourself, put 5 right here. 4 times 5 equals 20. Yes. So let's look at this one. We're going to separate this side of the equal sign from this side. We're going to solve for y. So we want y all by itself on this side of the equal sign. So we want to get rid of times -3. So the opposite of multiplying by -3, the opposite of multiplying by -3 is dividing by -3. What I do to one side, I do to the other. -3 divided by -3 is 1, cancels out. 1 times y is just y. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Your signs are different, so your answer is negative. So if you check your answer, -6 times -3 is 18. A negative times a negative is a positive. Then you have one that looks like this. This is a division equation. So you always want to do the opposite operation to solve it. So since this is a division equation, you're going to solve it with multiplication. So you're going to show it like this. All right? You're going to separate one side from the other, solve for x, and so you want to get rid of this divided by 4. Well, the opposite of divided by 4 is multiplying by 4. So what you want to do to one side, you do to the other side. So extend this line so that you can see it's 4 times x divided by 4. Well, I don't know what x is yet, so I can't multiply it by 4, but if I cover this up, it's 4 divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 1 times x is just x. I don't need to write the 1 here. So now this tells me what to do. 12 times 4 is 48. So let's check our answer. Put 48 here. 48 divided by 4 is 12. Yes. So again, this is a higher level multi-step one, so we're going to write one that's more 6th grade, but you will get up to this and do the same process over and over and over when you do this in 7th or 8th grade. So this says 39 equals x divided by 3. All right, so we're going to solve for x. How do you get rid of divided by 3? Well, you multiply by 3. So the opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Notice I'm not putting an x just because I already have a variable of x here. So extend that line a little bit. So now we have x times 3 divided by 3. Well, we can't multiply these, so 3 divided by 3 is 1, and now I've canceled that out. 39 times 3 is 117.